girls, it's me, Cami. I am here today to give you guys some tips. I've had a lot of new customers start with me lately. Thank you. I'm so excited for you girls. And they're trying the LipSense out for the first time. So I've never really made a post or a video kind of about like what to expect whenever you start LipSense. Whenever I bought my first LipSense set almost a year ago, it was in October last year. I know in the beginning I was a little, like overwhelmed. This seems like a lot. There's a lot of steps to it, and I just was kind of unsure, and I started going with it, and I liked it. I liked it a lot, but there was some things that I had a little bit of reservations about. So I'm going to talk to you guys about that now. And I really like acronyms. I'm a former teacher, and those just speak to me, and it makes it easy for me to explain things. So I'm going to use SEAT. So take a seat, and we're going to learn a little bit about LipSense together right now. So first is S. That stands for set. LipSense is sold as a set, and there's a reason for that. You get a color, you get a gloss, and you get an oops remover. All those three items are $55. They are all important. Of course you need the color, and the gloss you have to go along with the color, because only our gloss will work to keep that color on your lips and keep the stain power going. If you used a different gloss of another brand, it could break down the color and give you results that you're not looking for. So it's really important that you use our gloss. Our glossy gloss is our most hydrating gloss. It has vitamin E and shea butter in it, and it's super hydrating. I mean, I slather it on and put that right on top of the gloss. The oops remover is also important. This is something that I really just started using recently. I did not even buy it whenever I first bought my first color and gloss, and I probably should have, because if you've used LipSense, sometimes it's hard and you do get outside of the lines. I mean, not that often. I put it on really slowly, but if I'm wearing like a bright color or red, it's kind of just nice to know that you have that remover in case you need it, because if a lot of us have kids, or we're, doing other things, we're multitasking. If you just like bump and you get some like up on your lip, I mean, it's gonna stay, so you're gonna need a way to get that off. And the oops remover will do that. So if you get your layers of color on, you put your gloss on, you can take that remover, you can go and just, touch up wherever. If you're outside of your line somewhere, or if you're like way up here, or wherever it ended up, you can use that oops remover and it will take it off. It's only $10, and it's a really nice just to have as a backup. I had been using the little orange Neutrogena bar soap to take off my LipSense, and I still do sometimes. That takes it off like, magic. It just, you get a little bit on your wash rag, or even just on your fingertips, wipe it off your lips, and it comes right off. The oops remover also you can use to take off your LipSense at night. This is what I hadn't been doing, but I kind of started doing it a little bit lately. I think I wasn't doing it right. What you need to do is you take it out of the tube and you put it on your lips just like you were putting on gloss, and you let it set. You let it set for like 3 or 4 minutes, and do something else while you're doing that. Take out your contacts, or I don't know, do something else in your nighttime routine while you have that setting. Then once it's set for a few minutes, then you can take that washcloth or a paper towel, and you can just kind of wipe gently, not scrub, but wipe gently, and it will start to come off. And you might need to repeat like 1 or 2 times, or even then if you just wash your face, it will all come off a lot easier. So it can work as that. Some people also even use it as a primer. So before they put their lip color on, they put the oops remover. I know it sounds weird, but they put it on, they let it set for a few minutes, then they take it completely off, make sure there's no traces of it left, and then they put on their lip color and then their gloss, and they use it as a lip primer. So there's several different uses for it. Like I said, for $10, I really recommend just to have it in case you ever do have one of those oops mistakes and you need to just remove a little bit off of your, if you got outside of your lip line, it's definitely good to have that, and I have had to use it for that sometimes. So that was S. Sold as a set, $55 for all three. Of course, after you have purchased your first set, you don't have to do that every time. You only need to buy a gloss one time, you only need to buy an oops remover one time, and then get colors as many as you need, and then just replenish your gloss and your oops whenever you run out. Or of course, if you wanted to get different types of glosses as well. So that's S. Okay, E is exfoliation. For all of you new ladies out there or anyone that hasn't tried it yet, there is an exfoliation process. This is the part that I was talking about when I first started last October that I was kind of like, I just wasn't sure about it because your lips could, for a lot of people, not necessarily everyone, but for a lot of people, your lips will exfoliate. The reason for that is because LipSense does not have wax in it. Most all other products that you use on your lips, your favorite chapstick, lip glosses, lip balms, any of that stuff that you currently use or used to use has wax in it. So once you start using LipSense that's wax-free, your lips are going to start to naturally shed all of that wax that's been built up on your lips. So you might experience some flaking. Your lip color may not last as long as, you know, what it's fully potential to last for. This process could last 1 week to 1 month, and it's really different for everyone. There's some people that don't experience it at all. I did have a little bit of that flaking, and it probably lasted, I mean, probably a good month for me. And that's why they say we want you to know up front that this can happen because you just have been using, you know, those products for so long, and now that you're using a wax-free product that's bonding to your lips, it's not a stain, it's just a lip color that bonds into your lips, that can just happen. So expect that. Don't be discouraged. Just keep going. You can even naturally, like you can make a little scrub yourself and kind of try to scrub your lips and do a little exfoliation yourself on your lips, or just let it naturally come out. But don't be discouraged, and please just keep pushing through. And you know, when we say try to only use LipSense products, I mean, it's not because we're trying to sell you something, but really once you stop using products with the wax in them, if you just continue to do that, your lips are going to heal themselves that much quicker. So, you know, if you don't want to use the color, sometimes you just don't want to have color on your lips. Just use the gloss, not your chapstick or your lip balm that you're used to using. Use the glossy gloss. It has vitamin E and shea butter. It's so hydrating and so moisturizing. So if you're going to grab chapstick, don't do the chapstick. Just get the gloss and put that gloss on just plain by itself, and it will feel so good. So the exfoliation is something to expect, and just push through. And I promise you, 1 month of having to deal with that is worth a lifetime of having lip color on that doesn't smudge. Nothing, doesn't smear, doesn't get on your teeth, doesn't come off on your husband when you give him a, you know, kiss, doesn't come off on your kids when you give them a kiss. It doesn't come off. So having to deal with that exfoliation for a month is so worth it in the end. And I'm so happy that I stuck through it because I feel so good having lip color on every day and not having to worry about it coming off. So that was E. A is, any guesses? Application. So how do you apply it? So I did a video on this just last week. I posted it. The application process is it's a process, but it's an easy process. I mean, first you want to make sure that your lips are clean and dry. So really I take a wet wash rag and I really rub them and I pat them dry and make sure that they're good and ready. Then you're going to shake up your color. You're going to apply it in one solid direction, not back and forth. Go in one motion, do the bottom lip, do the top, however you do it. So, you know, I use my tip of my wand to kind of line my lips too, to kind of make sure that I'm getting a defined line. So you do that. Then you wait 10 seconds, I mean definitely 10 seconds, or maybe even 15. I mean, they say 5 to 10. Some people, I do 10 for sure. Let it, make sure it dries, then do that second layer, one direction, let it dry, 10 seconds or 15. Third layer, let it dry. On my last layer, I try to let it dry like 30 seconds. I just want to make sure it's good and dry before I do my gloss. You know, it takes me like 4 minutes, I feel like, to put it on, and I know that that's a lot of time in the morning, especially when you're just like, you know, rushing and trying to get out the door, but that's what really makes your application like stay and last and have that lasting power, you know, up to 18 hours. It definitely can happen, but you do need to make sure that you're getting it applied correctly whenever you do it in the morning. So try to take your time with it. And then of course, after it dries, then put on your gloss liberally, however, you know, you can go in any direction when you do that, and then get it on there really good. Then you can put your lips together and you're good to go. One thing, back before the gloss. Try not to make your lips touch. If you watched any of my dorky videos, like you're watching one now, but if you've watched any of those, you can see that I like talk so funny because I'm trying not to let my lips touch because they will be sticky. So if they go together, you'll feel them kind of stick, and you don't really want to do that. So try to keep your lips apart while you are applying. So now you've got it applied, you've got it on, you're ready to go. Another sidebar, yesterday I did a video on your waterline. If you, throughout the day, let's say you put it on right now, 4 hours down, you know, you've had lunch, you've had something to drink, and you know, your day's been going on, and you notice that your lip color is starting to come off on the inside a little bit. You can reapply to your waterline only. Don't reapply to your whole lip because that's gonna make it too thick and cakey, and then you're gonna get not a good outcome. So if you start to notice it breaking down on the inside of your lips, just take that, do your 3 layers only where you need it, and then gloss, and you're good to go. So it's an easy fix. So that was application. The last thing is T, and the T stands for tingle. Oh, I haven't experienced this in a long time, thank goodness, because when I very first used it, I put it on, so I cleaned my lips and I put it on. I'm like, oh my gosh, it was really burning. It was like tingling so bad, and I'm like, oh my gosh, and my friend that I was buying from at the time was like, oh my gosh, that's normal, that's the tingle, and that will happen just in the beginning. Because LipSense has a cosmetic grade alcohol in it, your lips may be dry and dehydrated, so, and you don't even realize it. So when your lips are dry and dehydrated, when that cosmetic grade alcohol, you know, seeps into your lips, it may burn and tingle for a little bit. Again, that's only temporary, kind of like the exfoliation process. It's a temporary thing that's not gonna last your whole LipSense like time that you use it. I probably had the tingle, I mean, probably about, I don't know, like a month or maybe a little more than a month. And once your lips get used to LipSense and they get really moisturized, you know, with our gloss and everything like that, that's super hydrating and super moisturizing, it's not gonna tingle anymore. And really, some people may never experience a tingle because if your lips aren't dry and dehydrated, then you probably won't experience it. Or if your lips, you know, get rehydrated really quickly because you use a lot of gloss, and you use the gloss, you know, a lot whenever you're not wearing color, and you put it on before you go to bed at night is a really good idea to put on the gloss before you go to bed. If you do those things, then it probably will, your lips will heal themselves quicker and you won't realize the tingle. So the tingle is normal, and it's also, it's not going to tingle all day. Once you put the gloss on, it's going to stop tingling. So it's a tingle for a couple minutes, and it doesn't hurt, and it's not, you know, like, it's nothing to be like scared about or worried or nervous or anything. It just happens, and some people actually like it, to be honest with you. I've heard people say, ooh, I like to feel that tingle. So once you try it, you'll see what I'm talking about. So that's all of it. Sold as a set, the exfoliation, the application, and the tingle. So those are all important things for you to know before you start using LipSense for the first time. Again, I am always here for you, so please let me know if you have a question, if something is working really well and you know you want to share it with me, or if something is not really working and you need some tips or advice. Please come to me and let me know, because I am here for you and I'm here to help. So anyways, that is it. That's what I wanted you to know. And anyone that is ready to get started with this, please reach out to me. I have tons of colors. I have a lot of new fall colors to share with you, and I'm ready to get this going for you. So just let me know, and I hope everyone is having a fabulous Friday, and welcome to fall. It's the first day of fall. So have a great afternoon, ladies, and I hope to hear from you guys all soon. Bye-bye.